Today is May 12th, and today, quote is called Blaming God. Some people blame God for their problems. The truth is, He doesn't create our problems. We do. Srila Prabhupada once said, if anything is wrong in our organization, you should think, I am responsible. So this is quite an interesting quote that I am responsible. Because it's a natural tendency you want to blame God, right? Yes? Something goes wrong and we think, well, it's not really my fault. So God, why did you allow this to happen? And we had mentioned that when Mother Teresa was asked, what are all the problems, why? What did she ask? What's the biggest problem in the world? And she said, the problem in the world is I'm a sinner. So, I'm a sinner. That's the problem. So she was looking at the problem in herself rather than blaming God. And I had mentioned previously that sometimes we think Krishna's testing us when actually we just did something perhaps stupid, or we just did something wrong, and He's not testing us, He's just giving us the reaction for doing something stupid. So, what do you think of that? Don't always blame Him. Ultimately, it's best to take responsibility for even if you can't really see how it is your responsibility. Excuse me. Even if you can't see how it is your responsibility or should be your responsibility, etc. But when you take it as your responsibility, then you start to see what you can do to resolve it, to move forward, to improve the situation, or somehow or other deal with it. And if it's not your responsibility, then you think there's nothing I can do to deal with it, and then you just have to accept the consequences of that action. So that's the problem with not accepting responsibility. Now I know sometimes it's really difficult to see our responsibility, and sometimes it even might sound unjust that something so bad happened, something so bad happened that I should have to take responsibility. But if you think in that way, you'll always find something, and that something you could have done differently, or at least something now you can do to improve the situation, or at least improve your reaction to the situation. So in that way, taking responsibility enables us not to blame God. Does that make sense? I'm using someone else's phone, and I'm not actually sure where to look. Should I look here? Should I look here? Should I look here? So I'm looking everywhere. I usually record this on my iPad, but it's full from all the YouTube videos. It won't let me record. So I'm borrowing another phone, and I don't know where to look. So we're trying to love Krishna, so certainly we don't want to blame Him, right? We're trying to love Him. We don't want to blame Him. That would be really bad. And so ultimately, we have chosen to take on a body. So whatever unfortunate situations occur in our life are a consequence of having taken a body. And so at least we have that much responsibility that we did make a choice to take a body. So at least we can understand that much. And it's always good to take a responsibility because, as I said, it becomes a motivating factor to do something. If I don't like the situation I'm in, if I don't like the past events that have brought about the situation, well, what can I do now? Instead of blaming God, what can I do? And blaming God is like trying to absolve myself of my own karma, trying to deny my own choices or my own past activities. And we can pray to become better, pray not to make the same mistakes, pray to resolve the situation, pray to understand the situation. All that's good, but blaming isn't good. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada.